Hey YouTube, we are back with episode 3 of our Legions of Nagashizzar playthrough. Total Warhammer 2 modded campaign, modded with the Legions of Nagash mod. And let's just dive right into this battle. As you probably saw in the last episode, I am fighting looks like one Lord, a garrison with a Tomb Prince, and then another reinforcement. Lord, they're all melee lords, so I'm not overly worried about them, and I think the Tomb Scorpion can take a lot of them. Since these guys have to reinforce and like basically come at us, and they're very, very slow, we should have an easier time about this. And we've also got fire, which a lot of their units are going to be vulnerable to fire, so we should be relatively okay. Hopefully we can do better than a Pyrrhic victory, because I think that's what we were slated to get. Let's see where they're coming from over there. Our Lord is over there. Our enemy Lord is over here. So let's put the Tomb Scorpion as close as we can. And then I'm also going to get Arkin to go towards him and start using his... that should be okay. Start using Spirit Leech on him to kind of drain him at the same time that the Tomb Scorpion is attacking him. And then we'll just have to kind of set up and wait for their main forces to come in. We've also got the Tomb Blade of Arkin, which can create some skeleton warriors, which is really going to be helpful. And then Holy Communion is going to help us a lot. It's going to do a lot of damage to their units, so we should be relatively okay. Let's set up that. What we'll do is kind of set up. Let's see. There's a good spot to kind of funnel them. This is actually not a bad little area to funnel them, but I don't think I can set up my units too much in here. Yeah, it's kind of limiting a little bit. It will keep me from being encircled, but not the best. Honestly, if I set up over here, it forces them to kind of wander all the way over. And what I can do is kind of set up like this a little bit. Maybe use like the back of this area and this natural wall to kind of funnel them. Could also just use this as the funnel. Set my archers up like that. Set my most powerful units to the flanks. Make sure they can't come in this way or this way. The only fortunate thing there is that the skeleton chariot wouldn't be able to do much, but if I hide him over here, then they won't be able to see him. Hopefully not. I'll back him up really far over here. They might forget about him. We'll try that. We'll try this out, because honestly we kind of need them to. Let's set these archers up like so, because they're going to be firing on the main units. It's the Ushapti, I think, that are going to cause us the most problem. Everyone's got fire attacks, so that is also going to help us out. Okay, and we're just going to be ready for this. Let's see, I almost want to set up further away, because then it forces them to march further and tires them out a bit more. And I can leave him kind of further in the back. Actually, let's do that. Let's set up so that it's a bit. We're going to use the cliff here as like a natural wall to prevent them from coming this way. Maybe I'll move like that. That way they can really only come from that direction for me here. We'll set up our archers like so. Set up this as kind of like the secondary. We'll have one unit over here to reinforce, and one unit over here, and we'll also have our chariots set up in the back so they can come in, and this will make it a little bit easier for these guys to get back. So let's have you run over here, you go straight in for the attack, and you guys just wait. So you want to hit this guy real hard real quick. I kind of want to get my recovery a little bit. So can't really attack us. I think we're faster than him. Yeah, so we'll catch up. We're just going to be heaving him around.
Take the black.
I don't think he's got anti-large, so he won't be dealing too much damage to us, I don't think. Yeah, throw in the
black.
Yes, he's barely doing much damage. We'll have Arkin run in there. Let's back him up a little bit.
I command Animus. Move. Onwards, minions. Proceed.
We'll recover. We'll gain just a little bit more winds of magic.
Charge. Break them. King of Liches. Animus. Arkin moves.
Okay, looks like he used this ability on us.
They shall perish.
Spirit Leech. Start draining him.
The Liber Mortis calls. Yes.
Okay. This is where we kind of need him to be dead.
Legions forward.
So we'll let the Tomb Scorpion finish him off and get back to our legions here.
Arkin the Black. Strike. Move.
Okay. So we're gonna reform a little bit. Because they're going to be coming at us from that angle, so we're just going to reform a little bit. Reinforce where we can. Throw one last Spirit Leech over there. And then we're going to send the Tomb Scorpion back, because the Spirit Leech should finish him off, I think. Or at least get him to the point where it won't matter. I need you guys focusing on that Ushabti. You guys can focus there. Reform really quick. Reform real quick. That guy's down. They're gonna have a pretty easy time. We'll reinforce with the Tomb Scorpion on this guy.
Not a servant.
As soon as the Tomb Scorpion gets over here. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. The Tomb King and Tomb Prince are going to be problematic a little bit because they're going to have a hard time dealing with them. But once these Ushabti are faded and dead, we can start focusing some more archers on the Tomb Prince. The Skeleton Spearmen aren't going to matter. Narcon Horsemen shouldn't be too bad. Honestly, we can start moving the Chariots because they're going to be our main destructive power here to get rid of those archers. Let's dive in here.
Arkin the Black.
Let's give these guys. Actually, let's buff them a little bit. And break up.
Of death.
That way they can kind of pull. We'll pull some focus with some summoned units here. That way they don't have to like exclusively deal with that. Let's throw those guys over here and move our Tomb Scorpion, actually. Because those guys are going to fall pretty quickly. Looks like the shop deer are nearly done. You're already focusing there. Let's get rid of that Tomb King, actually. Let's focus that Tomb King down, because he's the one holding the army together. The Tomb Prince is kind of tangential. He's not an unimportant character, but he's something that we don't really care too much about. Let's throw that in, because that's a big blob right there. That'll deal a lot of damage. Let's start whittling those guys down. Tomb Scorpion's doing some damage. This guy's suffering a bit, but there's nothing I can do outside. Let's cast that. That'll stabilize the leadership a little bit, and we'll throw these guys in against the Tomb King to apply a bit of poison. I'm going to start marching my guys around. Start flanking a little bit. Let's bring the Tomb Scorpion back. Let's move these guys back as well. I'll be able to get the Spirit Leech in there pretty soon, and we've kind of ground these guys a bit down with the with that. Let's throw him into this fight actually over here, because I think this recovers in melee. Hang on, let's see. Blah blah blah. Engaged, yeah, recharge if engage in melee. So we're going to engage in melee, but late. Let's pull him through because he's going to have to deal damage, and we'll charge these guys over here and these guys going back this way. Actually, let's have them wait over here because I have a feeling about this. Pull that through. One archer unit. Let's get rid of those Ashopti because they're still hanging out, but we really, really want to get rid of this Tomb King. I'd like to be able to use some more of these skeletons, so let's pull it. I think they're faster than I am, but it looks like they're getting distracted, which is good. Good, I want them to kind of lose that focus. They've rampaged the... That's not a big deal. Let's have you pull in there, you go in here, you run, we need you to... Let's get the Tomb Scorpion out of that spear fight. He doesn't need to be in that fight, he's just going to get himself killed if he is. Let's have you charge back into them. And I want to make sure they don't retreat, but also stay on guard. You're having some trouble, so let's have you refocus your arrows. And let's send... Okay, so these skeleton warriors are the skeleton warrior summons. So let's do that. And that's the Tomb King, so we'll pull that. Let's have you guys focus these guys, the Nehekaran horsemen over here, while you guys focus them in the back. Let's have you guys go help reinforce, you go send that, and you can go take care of this guy actually. You stay put.
Ready.
We're gonna have that coming back soon. Let's pull these guys out. Finally those Ushopti are gone. So that's failing them pretty good. We will cast this to give our guys a bit more staying power. And again, we want to stabilize that leadership. Oh no, that doesn't stabilize leadership. It used to. I think in the previous... before it used to stabilize leadership, but I guess it doesn't anymore. Let's have these guys go and have you guys pull over here. You guys can... He can do a good job against these guys. Those archers are going to be a bit of a pain, but we can have... Let's see. No, it should be okay. Actually, let's have these... Oh, okay, we're about to have a Ushopti summon, so let's back that up. And have these chariots move over here. we're gonna need... Yeah, we're gonna need these archers to deal with the Ushabti here in a moment. Okay, really want this Tomb King gotten rid of. Okay. All archers focus on the Ushabti. Let's have you run into the flank of the spearmen. That should weaken them pretty substantially. We've got these chariots and Tomb Scorpion going against that.
Vengeance for Nagash.
Let's have you run in there and start dealing some damage to that in melee. This is going to be broken down hopefully soon. Yeah, there we go, and army's crumbling to dust slowly but surely. Excellent. Alright, problem solved. Maybe a few more casualties than I would have liked, but not terrible. Let's see what kind of victory we got, I'm curious. So we were going to get a Pyrrhic victory. I'm happy with a close over a Pyrrhic. The Nagashizzar guard halberds over here took a bit of a beating, but they kind of needed to be holding, and they held really well. They held together really well. Tomb Scorpion took a hell of a beating, so I'd like to get... I'm not sure actually if this mod includes what are they called?
Victory.
Let's see.
Of course it's victory.
Heals a bit, but you know what? Healing's not a terrible thing.
Servants.
Revenants of Morcane available. Okay, okay.
My master will return.
So, you got the Dark Conduit. I kind of want to work my way through Returned in Madness, Charge bonus and physical resistance, fire resistance. Am I... Yeah, so Embalmed in Elixir. That fire...
You are not him.
Let's see what we can do here. Okay, so we can't actually recover, so let's just raise this to the ground. And let's see, so we have the Revenants of Morcane, Armored Wraith-like. Looks like just okay, Wraith Infantry, and then Spirit Swarm, single entity. Interesting. Very interesting.
They will serve.
Okay, so we got him right there. If I force march all the way over here, he's going to be able to get to me, and I don't want that.
Yes, you will be rewarded.
I'd like to be able to get there, but I don't want him to just like walk over here. He does have to deal with this river, which might impede his movement a little bit.
Bring me flesh to craft.
It might honestly be just enough.
Everything dies.
You must conquer the Black Pyramid first, so that unlocks something. I need 3 Warpstone to actually be able to complete the mission Mortarch of the Abyss. Complete the mission Mortarch of Night. Okay, so that probably activates when the Black Pyramid is claimed. My rights, raise the Black Pyramid, reach turn 35, build the Black Obelisk and the Black Pyramid, get Nagash to rank 8. That's going to be cool. That's going to be useful right here. But Nagash needs to be rank 8, he's rank 6. Actually, I think Arcan has surpassed him. Yeah, he's been in a few more fights. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get back to this to the eternal, the Springs of Eternal Life or Kasabar to replenish some troops. Probably let's go with the Springs of Eternal Life because that will actually I can't use any more Crypt Ghouls anyway.
Bats and wolves gather.
Do I gamble? Let's see where. Let's
Bring
see if
it
I can.
all
I'm
to
not going to be
me.
able to see Cetra. This is 2 rivers. It should slow him down enough.
Yes,
We're rolling
it
some
is
dice here. We're
tools.
rolling some dice. And it wants me to upgrade to a mausoleum. Sure. I can always do that. That'll unlock. Let's see. I'll be able to do Nagashizzar Guard and Nagashizzar Guard with halberds. I will be able to upgrade this to the growth. And we'll be able to throw in some extra stuff. I wonder if I want to do heroes. Or maybe... kind of would like some artillery for Ark and the Black, so maybe some Screaming Skulls. We'll see. I'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right now, let's focus on what Cetra's probably gonna either take over or destroy New Moss, which is gonna set us back monetarily for a little bit. Okay. We don't really have anything that's overly anti-large to get rid of this guy, but I know we definitely want to focus him. We want to see if we can't get rid of this in preparation. So let's see. Karen Wraiths will probably do it with some skeleton archers, and then we just everything else hold off as much as possible. Unless we can find a way to kill Cetra. Because he'll hold this army together pretty significantly. And it might just crumble to bits. Well, let's see what we can do. I guess we'll have to see how he decides to do this. I'm hopeful that I can maybe use the bone golems as a backline defender against those chariots. It's not like most of these skeleton warriors are going to do much. This thing will be able to push through. The Khemri War Sphinx is going to be able to push through real easy. So I think what the plan is, honestly, is... you know, set up as far back as possible. Make them walk to us. Or maybe set up in the corner? See, I don't think my forces are fast enough to set up in the corner, but it would prevent us from getting flanked. How badly do we want a corner camp? Let's... I could set up in the corner. And since they're slow anyway as well, they don't have any ranged units, so my bats are relatively safe. Their bats aren't exactly strong. Higher weapon strength than the skeleton chariots, and the skeleton chariots are like absolutely awful when they're like sitting still. The bats won't be able to keep them still, but they'll be able to like get, you know, hit them fairly decently once they're they have relatively high armor. Yeah, it's the rest of these guys that don't have high armor, so they're gonna have a hard time against all that armor. In fact, I think their weapon strength pretty much bounces off all that armor, so they wouldn't really even be doing much. The bone golem, they don't have armor piercing. I'm kind of talking myself into doing the corner camping thing. All right, let's set up all these guys over here. I wonder if we can like distract with the bats a little bit. Okay. So basically what we're gonna have to do is set up over here. In case something charges through. And hold out. See what we can kill. See what I can distract. Oh, that's right! The Khemri War Sphinx does have a ranged attack. Totally forgot about that. Which might actually lend itself to being distracted. Let's make sure these guys are not following their... He activated something with Cetra, but I can't really... don't really see anything. Yeah, they're getting confused and distracted and hopefully coming at me, or not coming at me at all. Milling around like doofs. Oh wow, they really hit those skeleton warriors like a ton of bricks, didn't they? Let's move you guys back. Bone golems I'll put over here to kind of help them out. Oops. being gotten rid of. That's not a bad thing. I don't think I'll be able to kill all of this, but let's see if I can trick Cetra into following me. Ooh. Hit the bats hard. But I wasted them on bats. How's this looking? You get out of there. Seriously need to not be fighting. Okay, that Sphinx is nearly gone. That's going to be a big blow to his army. Once that big bastard goes down. Okay, good. Now that's done and over with. I need you guys to reform as much as you can. We're going to reset up a little bit. Bone golems near the center. Let's see, where is my lines? Let's see if we can move these chariots in. Why are you struggling? It's like they forgot. Oh, it's because these are spear troops, and I forgot to tell them to do something. Yeah, my bats are dissolving now. Let's hit those chariots with whatever we've got left. Cetra. He's going to be the main target. Okay, so he's done that explosion. So now's the time for the Karen Raids to go in and start dealing damage because he won't be able to explode again. Them to should have magic attacks. I'm not sure why the Karen Raids are having such a hard time. Oh, shoot. See, that's a magical attack. Unfortunate thing is soon they're going to be bringing in their Ushapti summons, and at that point there's nothing much I can do, but I'm damaging Cetra pretty significantly. I just wish I could hit him harder. Or like focus him exclusively, but all my guys are having a hard time getting to him. If I had like a big area of effect spell here, like there would be so much damage being poured in at that point. But unfortunately I don't have any kind of a spell effect. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Yep, they're all disintegrating completely. So we got rid of his Khemri and War Sphinx, which I think is like the biggest deal for us right now. So that's good that we were able to eliminate that. And one of the units of chariots. So that's going to make Nagash's job a lot easier, but he's probably going to take that Numa from us. Not a huge loss. I think it loses us. I forget what I put in Numa. Was that the cost reduction, I think? So I might lose some income. Or rather, I'm going to lose some income. But there shouldn't be much of a garrison right now.
Look upon my eternal form.
Oh, okay. Malagor declaring war on us. Yeah, I don't think Chaos has ever really liked Nagash in general. So that's not overly surprising. So he's going to attempt to recruit a couple guys.
Soon I'll be all powerful. The spirits agree.
And yeah, these should be pretty weak. It's just some spearmen and archers.
Everything dies. Destroy them.
So let's go up to Numas. See if we can't take it back from him. I don't think he'll attack us in this state, or attack us back. So if we like start building battering rams and at least a couple of towers,
Obliterate.
we should be okay. We're not going to hemorrhage money too quickly.
Servant of Nagash.
And we'll have
This way.
we'll have Arcane kind of head back a little bit. Made a good amount of money from that previous fight with Arcane. I think this is going to give us a bit of money as well. Let me see what I could do. I could break this down and construct the Charnel Plaza and the Funerary District to give me a bit of extra dark magic income. Low chance of generating warpstone per turn, low chance, low chance, low chance. Let's see, technology. I've got one warpstone. I don't really have anything to spend it on at the moment. Okay. Part of me wants to keep an eye on these elves down to the south. But I kind of need Arcan to come back and help out Nagash. Let's move him a bit northeast. Now is the time when I miss the Total Warhammer 3 mechanic where they immediately take attrition. What am I losing? Bone golems, crawlers, a whole bunch of soldiers, bats. If I auto resolve. I got Black Knights as well. I'm not a fighter at the moment, but I am, and I've got the Skull Swarm, Abyssal Swarm, the Dark Rider, summoning unit of Black Knights to charge into their rear, get rid of a whole bunch of these weaklings, mess up these guys, decent enough front line to hold. I say let's jump into this fight and see if I can do better than a Pyrrhic victory. Oh, this is not going to be a bad thing at all. Look at that. That's so they're going to have to smash in. They're going to have to like kind of like pile up, and that's going to be a good spot for the Skull Storm to kind of take them, to dissolve them. Yes, they're going to. He's going to use that ability, that explosion. I can't remember what it's called. The Wrath of Pith, or Petra, Wrath of Petra. But I might be able to even kill him or get close to killing him before he gets too overly close to me. So let's jump into this fight and see if we can't deal some significant damage. I'm gonna have the Bone Throwers basically decimating their infantry in the back, and since they don't have anything flying to come at me or to disrupt me too much, I can also hide my bone crawlers back here. Let's hide the bone crawlers over here. Have them kind of waiting in reserve, being ready, since they're naturally hidden. What we'll do is we'll have the Nagashizzar guard one unit holding each one of these entry points. A couple of skeleton warriors backing them up. I'll have archers with decent line of sight. Paying attention to both of those. We'll have Arcan, or Arcan. We'll have Nagash standing right there. We'll have one bone thrower set up. Not a great spot for him. We'll have him set up over here, focusing over there. And we'll have this bone thrower set up on this right here, looking kind of over there, like right there, which is where he's going to be focused. They got nothing but infantry for us to worry about. I'll have my bats waiting. They can pick stuff off. The bone golems are also going to hang out, depending on where I need them. And spears are in reserve for the inevitable Ushapti summon, so they can dive in when they need to help out. And he's got Greater Arcane Conduit, so we're just going to let that be. Make sure none of these run and they all stay put. And we're just going to slowly recover magic, as it looks like the majority of their units are going to go for the eastern pass over here, this eastern entrance. So we're probably going to move the bone golems over here. That's probably where they're going to be the most necessary. And I can also turn the archer units like that so that they can pay attention over here. Looks like Cetra's leading that charge. Can summon 2 Dark Riders. Looks like they're kind of vaguely moving. So I'm going to kind of move that like that. Let's see, where are the... Because they have one unit of high tier, here it is, halberds, that I really, really want to focus on. It'll decrease my speed and start dealing some damage. It is what it is. Not a tragedy. I'm going to wait for them to get real close and then just start tearing them to pieces. Because they're not going to be able to... These guys back, I don't want them to be aware of my presence. So I think with the water, they're not actually able to cross anywhere except right there. I don't know what's dealing damage over there, but I don't really care. let them... Oh, it's the archers, okay. Let's have you focus on Cetra a little bit. And Nagash, let's have you revive your friends. The bone golems charge in there. And let's have these two focus on the skeleton chariots. Looks like they're starting to charge in a bit here. So let's have you kind of focus in the back over there. You're fine as you are. Let's have the bone crawlers move a little bit. These guys will help deal with that. Perfectly fine. So that'll tear a lot of these people to bits. Yeah, that's a good spot for you to be aiming. That's a good spot for you to be aiming. But let's have you go like that. Let's have you go like that. Focus Cetra. That'll be okay. I can even summon... I wish I could summon them back behind here. That's okay. We'll increase our power reserves for a little bit before we start casting any more spells. It's okay if I lose the Nagashizzar guard. I can always get new ones. Oh, they've already summoned Ushapti. Okay, so let's change you guys to looking this way. And prepare the bats over here because I'm gonna want them to charge. But they probably, yeah, they must have lost so much over here that they're already like, crap, we need the Ushapti quick. It's like, yeah, you do. You come at me. All right, let's move the Nagashizzar guard back. We don't need them dead. And I can actually heal them. Okay, so these guys have been spotted. Let's dive them in there. Let's have you focus on there. The bats get in there to help out. You get in there to help out. That'll heal them up pretty well. So you focus on the tomb the tomb guard with halberds. I don't think we're going to be hitting Cetra very much, just because he's difficult to get hit. Let's get those bats out of there. They're honestly probably going to get hit more with those arrows than anything else. We'll just have, you know, we don't mind taking a bit of damage. These guys come in and tear those guys to pieces. Sand crawlers. Yeah, they're nearly gone. Let's remove the sand crawlers. Looks like Cetra is making his way, which is just oh so great.
This boon.
Okay, looks like most of his army is dissolving, so Cetra is now long for this world at this point. There we go. So we didn't take too many casualties. I'm kind of sad about losing some of this Nagashizzar guard, but better than a Pyrrhic victory. And we'll be reviving pretty quickly here now that we're going to own this area all over again. So, see, now we've killed Cetra the Imperishable. I wonder what kind of reward we get for killing Cetra. Probably the same Lord defeat traits as we had previously. Now we got also Malagor to worry about, so that's going to be fun. Let's see, loot and occupy because this is a Tomb King special. Cetra the Perishable, so charge bonus in public order in enemy territory. And we got a rank for Nagash. They want a military alliance. No, thank you. We're good. We're fine. You can go away now. Okay, so we secured the Ash River again. And just as before, I think I'm sticking with income.
Everything dies.
Let's see. Second book, banishment, leadership, aura size. Hero capacity +1 for all heroes faction wide. I don't have any heroes, and I don't. That also means I don't have the ability to recruit heroes probably yet, so that's kind of a moot point. I could get this. Would cool down -30%. Plus it'd give me the upgraded variant. Could also get, looks like this is a, let's see, tears the souls from his victims' bodies before breathing unlife into their sundered corpses. Only acts target in an area, deals damage to foes and heals allies in the same area. Oh, that's super useful. And this is just a whole bunch of summons. I'm curious to see what the Soul Stealer looks like. Okay, now I could spend 5 to create bone golems. So I could get some extra bone golems going. I don't think there's anything else that super appeals to me except being able to get more Nagashizzar guard. So part of me wants to just go with the bone golems. Don't really need the bats so much. Can't use, or not that I can't use, but I can't see myself using it too much. It'd be nice to have these tomb princes, but obviously I'm not going to get that anytime soon. Yeah, let's go with the bone golems. Let's go with Nagash retinue. Oh, but that's going to put me in the red. Unless I put you over here. Yeah, that'll help. And then also help me keep an eye on the Orion camp. I'm going to send Nagash over to Khemri. It's going to be a bit of a bastard to take, but I think that's kind of the direction I want to be going because I want to head towards that Black Pyramid. And I'm pretty sure Khemri is going to be a really good place for me to
Bring me flesh to craft.
take hold of.
Bats and wolves gather.
Honestly, I probably want to be building, I want to be just ignore all this stuff that I have to the south and march right on the Black Pyramid as quickly as possible. So maybe I want to...
My lead's advisors.
What do you want? Military access? No, thank you. They're all scared of Nagash, as they should be. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't recruit two Prince. How dare I? I didn't recruit that. How dare I? Builder, cool. Yeah, let's move Arcan. Let's start moving him towards the Black Pyramid. He can go through the Spring of Eternal Life because that'll keep my income low. Or my income high, rather. It'll keep my expenditures low. How far does New Mouse spread?
Everything dies.
And I'm gonna march Nagash
Darkness
over here
comes.
towards Khemri. Hopefully there's nothing like... It's the capital, so it's going to be a bit of a bastard, but doable. But we are hitting the hour mark here, so I think I'm going to call it an episode here. So I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and we will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one.